Hello everyone, it's Jill here and welcome to my craft channel. Today I'm going to be doing a card, or I wanted to do a 7x7 card. And I'm going to be working with, guess what, my Lavinia Stamps again. So I'm going to make a little background to start with. In fact, I've already made that. So I've got my gel press, which is a 5x7. And I've got my Lavinia card. And as you can see, it is bigger than the gel plate. However, what I've done is I have taken some distress ink and I've taken my little egg sponge and I've pressed that in all the way around. So I've actually printed off and I've die cut, so you can see now, as you can see, like that. So I've cut some little circles out of what I had. So what I've done is I've done that bit first, and then I've just inked up the side of the plate again, and I've pushed the little bit extra into the side of the plate. And I also had a little tiny bit extra card there, and I have just done that with that. So this is what I've got. And as you can see, I've cut some circles out, so I'm going to do some big bubbles. I've got this big line going across here, but that's not a worry because I will do something with that to cover that over. And then I've just cut the various little bits out from wherever I wanted them. And yes, we're going to make some little fairy bubbles today. So that's my background, and that's where we're going to start from, okay? So I've decided to go with the Toadstool and the Spotty Toadstool and the Twilight Fairy. There she is there. And I'm going to stamp in Twilight ink. So let's get started. As you can see, I've put this fault along at this angle because I'm hoping to hide some of it behind the fairy. And I've also got this line going along here, which we'll have to address in a bit. But for the moment, that's the way that we're going. Let's just check that she sits on there nicely and hides most of that. If I put the mushroom there. So yeah, I need to put it about there. So let's ink that one up then. And obviously it's the Versafine Clair that we're using here. Oops. Yes, and it looks as though I've got a big overflow there. Let's just take that off. There we go. So I think possibly about there. Looks about right. Just let that ink transfer. I rather liked the egg-shaped blobs with this because obviously I'm doing circles anyway. So I felt that worked quite well. So there we go with that one. And let's come back to Twilight. Ink her up. This beautiful fairy. Right. Make sure we get her just right to cover as much as possible of that fault, which I think looks good about there. Just let that ink transfer. Oh, mostly. She's a little bit faded there. Let's just see if I can get a paintbrush and fill some of that in a moment. There we go. Little paintbrush. Just to colour her up, colour up that faded bit a bit. Where it's the Twilight colour as well, I haven't exactly got a pencil that'll go over this. If you've got the black, perhaps you could do colour it in with a black pencil. Anyway, I think that's working okay. There we are. I think I can live with that. Maybe a little bit more there. That's fine. Okay, so she's sort of done for the moment. Let's have a look what I'm going to do around the edges here. I rather felt a bit of Spanish moss might be quite nice around there. So let's have a look at that then. Let's get an ink, a block there and there. I'll take the 2. Obviously it's a bit long, but I'm only going to do the end bits. I think I'm going to go with a bit of Warm Breeze on this one. Let's start down here. Helps if you can see what I'm doing. There we go, that's nice. Could do a bit of scrap paper. Let's just grab that a moment. That's better. Let's turn it around that way. And then some of the thinner. Might just stamp that off a minute. That's better. And that just sort of frames that quite nicely. There we go. Oh, hang on to that one a minute because I might need that again. Right, I think that looks quite nice now. So I'm going to have a look at doing some of these little circles and what we're going to put in those. Let's just turn my workspace off. That's better. Move her that way to dry. And then have a look at what's going on here. Let's grab another little bit of scrap just in case. That's better. So there we go. I've got the... Where have I done with it? The little seed head stamp. I thought that would be quite nice. So this is like one of the little minis and little pound stamps. So let's just have a look at that on 1 or 2 of them. How's that? Lovely. Just stamp it off a bit, doesn't have to be right in the middle. So that's that one. And then I thought I would like a couple of fairies. So I've got the fairy foragers, and we'll have a go at popping some of those in one of the circles. Just to ink up slightly there. And let her sit while she transfers her ink. Lovely, beautiful little fairy. And let's try one of the others. Again, using the Twilight, sorry, even. There we go. So have I got? I've got the butterflies. Let's go with that one. So I don't think I need the whole lot of them as such because it's only a small circle. Let's go with that way. How's that? And then do You know what, I think I might do another one of these little seed heads. So I don't know if I'm going to use all these yet, but might do, might not. Let's turn that one that way just for a bit of a different perspective on things. Oops, there we go. So that's it. And now I have all my little bits and pieces. I'm going to come back to you in a moment and we'll start putting them all together. Okay. So I'm just going to address this little gap down here at the moment. I've got one of the little mini leaf stamps, mini leaf 5, this one. Coming back to the Twilight ink. Just stick a little bit of paper under there. I think I'm just going to pop a few little leaves down the bottom here. Just to see if that sort of helps. Maybe take that off a bit more. Second or third generation. Just to see what we can do to hide that over. There we go. I think that sort of does the trick. And I'm just going to put a little edging around this in some different colour ink. Let's take that off of that. I'm just going to dry this off a moment before I do that, because I don't want to smudge that all over the place. And I thought I'd go in with some Wilted Violet and my little brush. These are my Distress Oxide brushes. I put a little bit of tape around them just so that I know that this is Distress Oxide and not just ordinary Distress. I don't want to mix the two up together. There we go, that's covered that up really nicely. Just gently bring that in. Let's have a look. Might do a tiny bit more. There, that's nice. Maybe a little bit round here. Just to sort of blend this in a bit more with the card itself. I might just do that on all of them. It's not a lot, but it just gets rid of the little bit of white edging. You can see the difference there between the stuff that's inked and the side that isn't. Brilliant. That's that done. Let's pop that over there then. Clear myself down again. And there we have all our little fairies and bubbles. So my next step is to actually get the card ready, and we will put those all together onto the card. So the next thing I'm going to do is my card. It's a bit stark white at the moment. So I've got a verse stamp, and I'm just going to do a bit of stamping around there just to add a bit of something to the background. Just get my little crash mat thing out, so to speak. There we go. And I think I'm going to go with Distress ink, Brocken China. So let's just ink that up. But I also think I need to stamp off because I don't want it that dark. Yeah, so let's just do a little bit of second generation. That's better. We'll sort of fade into the background type. Stamping on there, perhaps a little bit more there. Oops, she says dropping it. It'll be all right. Oh, right, let's put that one down there then. Stamp off. Make sure I've got it up the right way. Yeah, so that's done a lovely background. And then I thought I might just do a little bit of my wilted violet around the edge just to tie that all in together. Let's just pop that inside the card just so that we don't muck up anywhere. And again, I don't really want this too dark. Let's just rub a bit off, come into the edge. There we are, lovely. Excellent. Take a bit off and then just gently come in. There we are. Let's just wipe the mat. Put my lid on. And see what we've got. Excellent. So that's rather nice. So now I'm going to start putting it all together. Start with my fairy. I think I'm going to keep her down this way because I want my bubbles, a few bubbles this side and a few bubbles this side. So let's just go have a look. I've put these little bigger discs onto some double-sided foam, some raised foam. That's a bit of a horrid one there, so I'm just going to pop that onto there. That just hides that. And then this little guy, just lift that a bit. Do you know what, I might put that there somewhere, but that looks about right for that. So what I'm going to do is take those off, stick this one down to here, and then going to come in and do some colouring on the background. As you can see, I've taped up already. Save you watching me do that. So this card I'm actually going to be using pretty rapidly, so probably won't glue it up. Right, let's just check that that is in the right spot there. Okay, that'll do nicely. I've got my jelly roll pen, and this is a red one, and my white pen here, and I'm going to do the dots on the toadstool. So let's just have a go at those a minute, just to add that little va-va-voom. There we go. That looks really pretty. I like jelly roll pens, they're really easy to use. There we go. So that's that. Let's come into the white. Clean that off a bit more. And let's come into these bits around here. So for underneath, let's perhaps have a go with the red. If I get some water on a paintbrush, we can actually colour and spread, so to speak. So there's some water there. Let's get the paintbrush wet. If you catch this quick enough, you can just spread it around a bit like a watercolour. And it just sort of takes it down a bit. It's not quite so not quite so bright. There we go. How pretty is that? There. Let's put that over there. Now I'm going to come in with my Quickie glue pen. I'm going to give her some glitter on her wings. Just check that's running okay as well. Yes, it is. Just going to do little dinky tiny dots all over. There she is, and I've got some Glamour Dust. Just give that a little waft to dry. And there she is, her wings there. Pretty. And I would probably do these two little Foragers as well. I might do their wings while we're waiting for things to dry. Right, let's go with that. Bit of a waft. Technical term that, wafting. There we are. There we go. Pretty. When it's dry, we'll brush it off a little bit more. So that's that. Let's pop this over this side, come back with my card, and see if we can pop these little fairies and things on now then. There we go. We'll have her that way. Take gun for these flatter ones. I need a bit more on that. It's quite hot here today, so I'm wondering if that might be affecting my glue. There we go. And these things stick like mad, don't they? Always do. So we'll just put her there, and right, this is going to cover this bit there. So that's sort of covered that line over. There's a little bit there, don't think it matters. And then let's get on with these couple of little seed heads. Let's pop that one there. I was going to pop that one there, wasn't I, just to cover that one. And then we're back to the little butterflies here. Come on. And there we go. So that, I think, would be quite nice like that. And then just as a little finishing touch, let's just get that loose glitter off. I've got some white opal in the liquid pearls, and I thought it would be quite nice just to do some in the centre of these little seed heads. So I'm just going to take that little bit more glitter off of there. And there we go. How pretty is that? Should I just do a few around here just to finish it off down here? And when these dry in, they won't be quite so large. They shrink a bit. And there we go. Beautiful, beautiful fairy bubble card. And yes, just something a little bit different. And I think she looks really pretty. Beautiful Twilight. Thank you for watching. Please come and watch me again another time soon. Thank you. Bye now. So right at the end there, I decided I would actually do something with this little mark that I had here. I wasn't happy with it. So I've got the little flower stamp. And as you can see, I've just stamped a few here and there. And it's just, I think, just covered that mark up a little bit more, and it's made the card look a bit more presentable. So I'm happier now with that. I didn't feel happy leaving it the way it was. So there we go, bit more of an update on how you can cover up marks. Thank you for watching. Bye now.